Hello, Sagittarius. I'm so glad you're here. This is going to be your full moon reading for November 12th. So we looked at your new moon already a couple of weeks ago. The new moon was about setting your intentions and what you're going to be putting out there for the cycle ahead. This full moon reading is going to focus on what came to be for you. So what came to be, what's ready to be harvested for the full moon. This is the peak of the cycle. And so at the peak, we're at our best, but then we have to wane off a little bit in order to start a new cycle. So we could also be looking at stuff that might need to be let go of. Excuse me. That's kind of what comes up to for the full moon. So in order to start the new cycle in a couple of weeks, that might be something that we need to look at as well. So if you're new here, my name is Melissa, and I do zodiac tarot readings based on the new moon and the full moon, as I just described. I would love it if you subscribed. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you're new, and I will get right to it. First card that popped out was the Ace of Pentacles. I'm just looking at the overall energy for Sagittarius this full moon. Overall energy, okay. So we have two cards, which is usually what I like. It's all about the money, right? Pentacles. All right, so we have the Ace of Pentacles and then we have the Four of Pentacles. I feel like, okay, so the Ace of Pentacles is a new job, a new opportunity to learn something, starting a new school, something like that. But then we have the Four of Pentacles where he's just hugging that money, okay? He doesn't want to let it go. I feel like you're kind of in the beginning stages of a financial journey. So at the peak, so maybe in the beginning of the cycle, you were kind of thinking, I need a new job. I need to get some money from somewhere. I'm not making enough money, or maybe I'm broke, or, like I just need something different. I feel like that's what's kind of coming to the surface, but we are in the beginning stages. So beginning stages meaning I don't really feel very financially secure, so I'm going to hold on to every penny. I feel like that's kind of what we're looking at here as your full moon energy. Yeah, I feel like maybe you did find that new job that you wanted, and you're kind of starting at the low end of the totem pole in order to work your way up. And that's nothing wrong with that. That's the best way to do it, I think. You fast track yourself, you're going to miss out on some learning experiences. So starting from the bottom is totally okay. That's where you learn the best stuff. I've seen a lot of managers, because I work in retail, that fast track their way to management and bypassed all of this stuff that you need to learn when you work, day to day with the muggles and the peons, right? Like, you miss so many learning opportunities when you skip that stuff. So I feel like that's where you're at right now. You might need to be starting over something else. But, in order to kind of progress in life, or, do better than you had been doing. All right, with all that said, that's what I feel like we're focusing on here is money and job, and, kind of starting something new here. That the peak of that cycle is when that stuff starts to manifest. All right. What does Sagittarius need to know? What does Sagittarius need to know right now? That is way too many. Okay. Judgment. Okay. A new divine path. Okay. And some caution. Okay. All right, we're going to stop there. What do you need to know? You're on a new divine path. There is a calling. This is a calling for me. This is a calling to something, something bigger than you, or bigger than you kind of thought you were capable of. It really could just be a decision that you've been waiting for, or that you've been waiting to give, maybe. But I don't feel like that's the case here. I feel like this is you being called to something greater, okay? But I feel like there's a warning here. The warning is the conflict. This is definitely a conflict card. This is the Five of Wands. It doesn't like to focus when I get too close. I need a new camera or phone or both. this is definitely conflict. You can kind of see, like, the wands are fire. You kind of see a little bit of flameage going on there, right? I feel like there's a little bit of a warning. You need to know that this path is bigger than you. But you also need to know that there may be some conflict involved. So let's get some more cards. Tell me more about this Five of Wands, please. Tell me more about this Five of Wands. We have the Five of Swords. Okay, that doesn't really clarify much. It just kind of reiterates the fact that there's some drama, okay? There's going to be some drama. I feel like this is a lesson that you need to learn, though. You're being put on this path to learn a lesson. So there is something new for you. It is bigger than you. It's not going to be easy. But as long as you stay focused on you, as long as you stay clear of offers from disembodied hands, I mean, really focusing on you is going to be very important here. You know why you're there. You're there to make something better for yourself. You're there because you have a divine purpose. You don't know what that purpose might be at this point. You may have an idea, and that may change. But you know why you're there, and protect your inner peace, okay? Your inner peace is going to come into play here. We also have the Knight of Wands, which could be somebody that's going to help you move forward. It could be a person in your life that's going to help you get through some of this stuff. There's a paper being shoved under my door. There may be somebody that's helping you along this journey. I feel like for me, the wands can represent spirituality, creativity. If this is a creative endeavor, I feel like that will help you progress, being creative. But this could also be spiritually guided. And there's more as to why I think that, because we also have the Ace of Wands. So we have both of these wands, and I feel like there really is, this could be a physical person. This could be a divine entity that is helping you. This may be seen or unseen. We'll just leave it at that. But there is some help, guidance, somebody carrying you, I'm hearing, like the horse. There will be somebody to help carry you through, if that makes sense. It could be a physical person or non-physical person. But again, we have this Ace of Wands, which is definitely a divine spiritual inspiration. You are staying the path and following. See this path down here? That's not what I was talking about, but I just saw it. You're following that path. You're flowing downstream. You're just following the stream. Continue following the stream where you feel, okay, hold on, I'm getting sentences. Where you feel inspired will lead you down the easiest road. Okay. I'm trying to get that into real people words. So when you feel that inspiration, when you're drawn to something that kind of makes you happy, that you want to do, physical action, okay? We're talking physical action. If you're drawn to physically do something, that is inspiration, that is in spirit, right? That is spiritually guided feelings to help propel you through the easiest path, the path of least resistance. When you're going downstream, there's no resistance. If there's a log in the stream and you're flowing with the current goes around that log. There is no having to jump hurdles. There is no having to climb over this thing. When you're on the path of least resistance, you're flowing with that water, and the current will carry you around any obstacles. So what I'm trying to paraphrase as, the current is those gut feelings, those feelings when you know what you want to do. If there is a physical action that you feel inspired to take, that's the current carrying you down the river. That was a very long explanation, I'm sorry. But I think we got there. So I totally lost where I was in that reading. Holy cow. All right. New job, divinely guided. There's going to be some conflict. Focus on you. There's going to be some help. And you are going downriver. You are flowing with that current. This would be the logs I was talking about. That conflict. When you stay true to yourself, when you know your truth and don't allow your inner peace to be disturbed, you flow around those conflicts like logs in a stream, right? That's what I'm getting. I feel like this reading is kind of flowing like that too, because I keep having conflicts of my own, like children putting notes under my door. Sorry. But we're still floating right along. All right, is there anything else Sagittarius needs to know? I don't think so. Let's do this, because that is a very detailed what's going on with you. What advice do we have? Oh, boy. Oh, that's like stuck right here, like on my leg, between my leg and the table. Oh, I didn't have to bend down to get it up. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Advice. Trust your intuition, your gut feelings, right? That the High Priestess is the inspiration, the intuition. This is you trusting yourself. This is you trusting your gut feelings, your own intuition. Trust it. All this other stuff that I said about divine path of least resistance and being true to your calling and being called to something greater. The advice is simply this one card. There is nothing else we can add to this. Trust yourself, trust your feelings, trust your gut. You already have. I feel like you already have, because this was offered to you and you took it, right? I feel like you were offered something, you took it, and now you're on that current that is just gonna bypass all these obstacles, and there will be obstacles. But as long as you stay true to yourself, allow this help, this spiritual guidance, this inspiration that's coming in for you, and trust it, like fully trust it, and go with your gut on things, you will bypass any conflict. You've already started trusting your gut by accepting this invitation or job or whatever it is, new house, new move, whatever it is. There will be obstacles, but you're going to overcome them. And the advice for doing so is to follow your gut, to trust yourself, allow your intuition. Bless you. Sorry. All right. If we follow this advice, bless you. If we follow this advice, what is the potential outcome? The Fool. A whole new beginning. A whole new beginning. It's a new start. It's a starting over. There is a sense of naivete, whatever. There is a sense of, unknown. Okay? There is a sense of unknown here. But it is definitely a new start. A new path. It's the beginning of a path. Sometimes it can be clumsy. With the Fool card, it can be clumsy. She's about to step off this ledge right here, but she's got this rose. She's got a loyal companion. She's going to be fine because, okay, leap in a net will appear. That, I remember saying that about the Fool card a long time ago. I completely forgot that that's how I switched decks so much. The original Rider-Waite-Smith or whatever, that's what would pop out of my head. I haven't had that happen in a while. Leap in a net will appear, okay? She's about to jump off this edge. Leap in a net will appear. You're ready to take the first step into this new journey. You don't know what's going to happen. You are journeying into the unknown. There could be an abyss down here, but leap and a net will appear. Trust it. Trust your gut. If you know with your whole heart that the minute you step off this ledge, a new path is laid out for you, then there's no reason not to do it. And I feel like that's what's going to happen here. As long as you follow this advice and trust your gut, go with your instinct, pay attention to those nagging gut feelings, those inspirations. You think about doing something and you start feeling great about it, do it. Trust it. that feeling is there for a reason. If you think about doing something and you start feeling like, oh, this isn't a great idea, don't do it. Trust it. Trust your intuition. When you trust your intuition, I feel like everything falls into place. Trusting your intuition gets you on this new path, and every step that you take, the path will be revealed. So that's what I have for your full moon reading. I don't see a whole lot that needs to be let go. I feel like this is a bright new kind of happy-ish beginning, even though there's going to be a little conflict, but you're going to get over it. All will be well. Just trust your intuition. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a blessed day.